Exercise has numerous benefits for overall health, and one of its positive effects and its impact on sleep quality. In this session, we will be talking about how exercise helps you sleep well. And for the same, we have Dr. Rupam Sarkar with us. So, Dr. Rupam Sarkar is a registered physical therapist with over 3 years of experience, and is currently serving as an assistant professor and academic coordinator. Okay, so I've already introduced you to our audience,
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so
and
much.
let's just dive into the session directly.
Okay,
So the first question we have for today is like,
sure.
what are the key factors that contribute to a restful night's sleep, and how can one optimize their sleep environment for better quality sleep?
Okay, so we can divide into the two factor which affect our sleep and quality of health as well. So we can divide into external factor or internal factor. So external factor, maybe first one is lightning. Okay, so if the lighting of the environment is too bright, then it is very difficult to get sleep because our body contain a hormone is called melatonin, which is naturally secreted in at the time of night. So they requires about a low light so that it can secrete normally. Otherwise, it will harm our body and it will alter our sleep pattern. Another one is sleep environment. If sleep environment causes noises or some bad smell or unhygienic condition, it is also leading to a sleep difficulty. Another one fact is a jet lag. Many of you will not aware about this term. It's called jet lag because the person who are traveling from international countries from different time zone, they get altered pattern of circadian cycle. As a result, it is also getting affected by the sleep. And another factor is medication. Some people are on medication like one of the most common disease like a stroke factor or maybe blood pressure. So these all affect the body metabolism and these all alter the hormonal changes, including the cortisol and melatonin. So these are the basic two hormones which regulate the body cycle and circadian rhythm. And it is also another one factor is called internal factor like our physical health, mental health. If our physical and mental health are not okay, like you, if you're under some work or under pressure, lots of thing going in your mind, we can we cannot get a good sleep. So these are the factor which
Absolutely.
regulate the sleep pattern
Okay,
and
moving
also general
ahead,
health and
how does
well-being as well.
establishing consistent schedule impact the overall quality of our sleep, and what strategies can individuals use to regulate their sleep pattern? Okay, so
Okay,
basically,
so
like the
can you
we do
please
not
repeat the
have a
question?
considerate sleep schedule,
Yeah.
right? So how can we establish a consistent sleep schedule,
Okay.
which can also
Yes.
impact our how can it impact our overall health?
Okay. So I always tell one formula is there. It is a 10, 3, 2, 1, 0. So it is like always cut your caffeine intake 10 hours before the sleep. Always cut intake 3 hours. Cut your drink. Many people like tend to have drink cycle as well.
Okay.
So they have to stay alcohol before sleep about 3 hours ago. Another they
Mhm.
have to they no need to smoke before 2 hours, and the most important is they have to take away from screen timing 1 hour ago before the sleep. So these all are the factor. If you are in consistency, like the sleep cycle is an important part and it affect the health well-being. But if you follow this factor regularly, but I know and you also know that it is not easy to cut off from the screen time because nowadays every individual is connected to the screen, whether it's a teenage or youngster.
Mm.
From the night from 12 a.m. or 1 p.m., 2 p.m. they are chatting. So these all affect the quality of sleep, and also they don't get proper sleep, and as a result, in the duty or schedule hour, like they get irritated by a simple little things. So these all factor affected. But if we maintain all these things in a good manner, so we have a go to fresh
Okay.
mind and go to next day tasks
Okay. So
and
I have a
do it well.
question
So
here.
these all
As you
factors are
mentioned,
affected.
drinking, we should not drink anything 3 hours before our sleep, right? So, does it also contain water or just the alcohol intake?
Hmm.
Okay.
No, mostly I am concerned about
Mhm.
that alcoholic matter because although it is a neurodepressant, but if
Yeah.
some people what they think, if I get stressed, I will have a smoke or drink and I will fall asleep. But how many days you can do this? If you do this, you are affecting your own body natural hormonal pattern. So for a long time, it won't sustain, and you will end up to a disease like anxiety or like that condition, and you have to take some serious medication or maybe life-threatening condition like a stroke. A stroke also happening due to this reason, stress and
Okay.
alcohol or
Okay.
smoking matter. So we
So
should
are there
avoid
any
this as much as
foods or
possible.
nutritional choices that can promote better sleep?
That's yes, logically, if we think, we can have the food which would take a less time to digest. So the mostly the carbohydrate, low carbohydrate food or some fibrous food like fruits and all. So these all take low time to digest. And like for example, if you take a mutton before sleep, so we won't get a good sleep because it will take a long time to digest. We all can feel that our stomach can getting bloaty and we can feel uneven during sleeping. So it is always advisable that always take a low carbohydrate food and and increase the
Okay.
what fibers intake in the food by the means of vegetable or fruits.
Mhm.
So always have a
Okay.
light meal which get easily
Okay.
digested by the human body.
How does the use of technology before bedtime affect sleep quality, and what recommendations do you have for creating a tech-free routine?
Hmm. Okay, yes. Again, like earlier I discussed, this technology is nowadays like grabbing our face. I see the memes that phone are grabbing the human's mouth. So that's the extent we all attach to the phone because and I don't think that now time within a single hour everyone can get detached with phone. So it is very important to detach from technology. Yes, but we are not saying that not take the phone calls or not having, but during the sleep time before 1 hour, just left the phone and you can restfully you can have a good sleep. Even I am also busy with the phone sometime, but sometimes when I detach with phone after an hour, I feel that what relaxation I get and I got fall asleep soon rather than I use this phone to sometimes it goes around 1:30 or 2 p.m. like that due to work. But maximum time if I try to sleep by the use don't use a phone, then it is okay for to get to wake up and also having a good sleep cycle pattern as well. So the suggestion would be like you need to be consistent with your health because nowadays we are thinking that jab hoga dekha jayega. It is not like that. Nowadays everything whether you go to market there are also alteration in the food. Everything is alteration. So if you not look after your health or sleep cycle, so it is very difficult to survive in like Darwin's theory क्या कहता है survival of the
Mm.
fittest. So like that it will happen. You will lose your immune system, you will lose your mental health, and you will lose anything. Like sleep is important part. We can survive without having
Absolutely.
food. For we can't survive without sleeping 3 or 4
Absolutely.
days. Just imagine.
Okay, so we
It's as
have a
much as important.
question in the comment which says, is
Yes.
caffeine tea in okay tea intake 6 hours before fine?
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. Uh,
Mm.
Caffeine can be a two types. One, the medical student used to have a hard coffee, like they used to add coffee powder more because they won't fall asleep. Caffeine, what do if we add the more caffeine in the drink,
Mm.
so it will not to help to release the melatonin. What is melatonin? It helps to make you fall asleep, right? And as a result it will increase the uh, production of cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone, so the more you take the caffeine
Okay.
before sleep it will make the release of cortisol and it is a stress hormone,
Mhm.
and as a result you won't fall asleep too fast. So you can have a gentle coffee or a warm water is advisable rather than if anyone is addicted from a coffee they can leave by day to day they can leave by the quantity. So if suddenly they can get they leave they get withdrawal symptoms, so it is again a stressful condition. So these are the
Mhm.
two factors regulating the sleep. One is cortisol,
Okay.
another is
Okay,
melatonin.
moving ahead. So
All depend
now
on
that
this.
many people work 24/7 almost the entire day, so they tend to deal with stress or anxiety. So anyone who is dealing with or anxiety, how like affecting their sleep, what
Hmm.
relaxation techniques or maybe mindfulness practices do you recommend to promote more peaceful nights?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yes, yes. So in our physical therapy,
Okay.
we have a chapter. By there we have
Mhm.
a chapter relaxation technique. So there are various ways of relaxation technique. Even you you can get lie down with close your eyes. You have to do nothing. Just lie down and feel and just focus on a one part. Like you're lying down and focus on your eyes. Then after 30 seconds you switch and focus on your nose. Then lips. Then you can
Hmm.
focus every part of the body. Just feel what your body is telling to you. Even I'm explaining, I think I don't know audience will get understand or not, but when they do practically, I'm definitely damn sure that they will get a result and they will get to know. Because if you first you know your body, then you will can apply what the body need to do and what does not to do. So the first one is this: a simple lying can help. Second, obviously, a yoga and meditation is definitely help. Yoga, meditation, and breathing exercises. Like simply you close your eyes, you breathe in through your nostril, and just for blowing manner, you blow out the air from the mouth. This can be repeated almost from 10 to 15 minutes before sleep, or once a day if you do yoga or exercise. Exercise releases a hormone that is called endorphins. Again, this is help to release the melatonin. And what is melatonin? It is a sleep hormone. So if you exercise regularly with meditation, they used to release certain hormone which we get
Okay.
a perfect sleep at the
Perfect.
night. So these
Are
are
there
our
any
regulation
specific
factors.
sleep hygiene practices that people often overlook but can have a significant impact on the quality of the sleep?
Uh, Sleeping hygienic practices, like yes, for getting a good sleep, already I've discussed, like you need a proper smoothing environment, the environment which is, because some people like to sleep
Yeah.
with pillow here and there, and some people like to sleep with pillow is properly placed.
Hmm.
So this all are the condition, and it depends on how we accept a sleep pattern. It was not like that
Hmm.
if I sleep in a like proper straight position, I get a good sleep. A front one also sleep a good sleep like that. It is not like that. So it depends on various person to person. But yes, for a good sleep, definitely a low light, or if you before sleep, if you need to have a soothing music, if you like to wish, have a plenty of water, then you try to get asleep. But it depends person to person. It is not fixed like the proper hygienic practice we have. But yes, it definitely is good to have a sleep in clean and clear
Absolutely.
place
Okay.
so that
Okay.
we
Before
can sleep
moving
peacefully
ahead,
at night.
everybody in the audience, first of all, thank you so much for joining in. And all the people who are new, in case if you would love, would love to get any informative content on your health, you can please follow our Instagram, that is Thip Media, on which we are live through, and you can get more content, more such videos and live sessions there. Okay, doctor. So moving ahead, what role do sleep supplements or herbal remedies play in improving our sleep? And are there any cautionary considerations for their use?
Yes, definitely. It is very important question because nowadays, like people are taking stress and anxiety level are very high. So even my mother doesn't get sleep. The mother doesn't get sleep well. So doctor suggested him zero point 0.5 midazolam. Midazolam
Hmm.
means sedative drugs. So what is sedative drugs? Again, they used to make fall asleep. So once or twice it is okay, but if they get habit of it, again it will alter the pattern and it will increase the chances of hypertension.
Hmm.
So the medical science, modern medical what says, if any drug have advantages, only a 1% advantages, you will have 99% disadvantage in future. So like the drugs like
Hmm.
midazolam or the drugs ended with zolam, they contain the sedative drugs. So these are alter the pattern of the cortisol endorphins, melatonin. So now think what, when we wake up, our level of cortisol increases, and when we fall asleep, melatonin level increases. So it is a fixed in our brain pattern that during when the light will come, the melatonin will decrease, cortisol increase. So now if we added the external factors like supplement, they will definitely affect for long-term uses. But yes, for short-term uses, if you're not getting asleep or if you're having pain, severe pain that you can't awake, then doctor give you a sedative drugs because he or she is suffering from pain and he can tolerate. So at that time is okay, but I don't think for managing a stress condition, you are the responsible and you can only solve this problem. But taking drugs for making asleep, I don't think it is a good for health. Again, I will switch to the herbal matter. Now, the alternate is people get to knowing that modern medicine drug have side effect. So we will having a homeopathic drug. Can we have a herbal drug? Okay. So again, these all affecting one or a two way. These definitely this will affect the hormonal level in the body, and it will affect the long term if
Okay.
we take.
So
So
there's a
supplement
question,
affects.
like I have heard people saying that
Yes.
because they have been taking alcohol consumption from quite a while and now they cannot sleep without it, right? Without having the alcohol.
Hmm.
And because of which
Hmm.
they use a supplement that is the sleeping pills.
Hmm.
So do we have any other thing we can use, right? Or which we can recommend them?
Correct. Okay. So it is again, what's our topic was the physical activity for good sleeping. So
Hmm.
definitely, if you have a good
Okay.
physical activity and if you do exercise with sweating coming out, these all have to release good. These all have to release good hormonal balance, and these will all help to balance the hormonal level in the body. Because what if now what when we do exercise, it releases the endorphins, and this regulates the two hormones.
Yeah.
So the sleep, the people who are in long time use of the alcohol,
Hmm.
and suddenly if we, they cut off the withdrawal symptom and they get tensed, and when they get tensed and stressed, the level of cortisol
Okay.
increases, and cortisol is the hormone responsible for anger, excitement. So they can't sleep and they all roam here and there and do whatever they want. So these are all the withdrawal symptoms. These all depends on the action of the hormonal and sudden withdrawal symptoms. So if what can tell, if you can't take a 45 minutes a day for your body, I don't think we are worth to survive in the earth. So we need to see,
Okay.
like, just
Okay.
a half an hour
Okay,
exercise is
perfect.
helpful, really.
Okay, so what role does
It's my
physical
opinion.
activity play in improving sleep? We have already covered this.
Yes.
Are there any specific exercises or activities that are particularly beneficial for
Yes.
good night sleeps?
Yes. Hmm.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. First one is aerobic activity. Aerobic activity, usually we do in morning time. It is best for doing in
Okay.
morning time. Aerobic activity, it covers the breathing exercise. It covers the, if you do aerobic activity, the breathing exercise, and breathing exercise. If we increase the good amount of breathing exercise, the amount of oxygen and carbon dioxide, there's a term is called the blood perfusion ratio. PI index is called blood perfusion ratio in lungs. So if this increases, so it balances the overall ion. Our body contains
Okay.
the ion, negative ion, positive ion, which is responsible for anger management. See, sleep is not
Hmm.
mostly sleep related to uh, a growing anger. Because if you're not going sleep tonight, that's sure that for the next day work you can do well. So
Absolutely.
in little matter you can get angry and irritated. So if we have a aerobic exercise at morning and some muscular endurance exercise at the afternoon time or before having lunch is also good. And at before night you have yoga or breathing exercise. These are the three pattern: morning aerobic exercise, and before lunch having a endurance or muscular exercise, and after late evening you have a breathing exercise or yoga and meditation at the
Okay.
night time. So these all regulate the
Okay.
body
Perfect.
factor and
Are
hormonal level
done with
becomes
all our
stable.
questions, and I don't think so we
Yes.
have any more questions in the comment section also. We're already done with all of. Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Rupam. It
Okay.
was a lovely session. I also had some questions which I got cleared. Thank you so much for the session.
Okay.
And Before ending the session,
Sure,
I would
sure, ma'am.
like to inform my
Okay.
audience that at Thip Media, we are dedicated to delivering expert health advices and expert health information for your well-informed choices. And we would request you to please not go and, trust any unreliable source on Google. And yeah, that's all. You follow Thipia's channel on YouTube
Correct.
and also our
Mm.
Instagram, and we'll keep coming with more such videos and live sessions. Thank you so much, Dr. Rupam.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for giving opportunity, ma'am. It is important and a very realistic topic that we need to know in this generation because sleep is important part of our life. So, as a awareness program, you are doing a very
Thank you.
great job. I am thankful
Okay,
to
sir. Thank
THIP
you
Media.
so much.
Thank you so
Okay, bye
much
bye.
for
Good night.
inviting me. Thank you, ma'am.